I'll tell you about one of the programs that we're really focused on. It's a program we call TALOS, Tactical Assault Light Operator Suit. Some have described it as kind of the Iron Man suit. This is a program that we started after we lost an operator on a mission. The first guy coming into a particular building was engaged, and unfortunately he was mortally wounded. And in the wake of that, we asked ourselves, couldn't we do better in terms of protecting him, of giving him a better advantage when he is at the most vulnerable point that we put our operators? The idea here is looking at all aspects of armor, visibility, of communications, of situational awareness, of weapons that we can look at to give that operator the advantage when he is most vulnerable. And so this is a project again that is very, very interesting for us and is taking us in new directions. I want to provide a suite of capabilities for our units that can be employed by small teams out there operating wherever we put them. So, in this area, we want to have a lot of different capabilities.
All right, Shalom. First off, give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, the abundance to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and the women and children who follow. So as you see, this video is going to be about the super soldier suits that the United States military and other militaries across the world are using in modern warfare. And this is what we're going to see not only here in the streets of Babylon, but also when this Third World War kicks off. And they got different reasons why they want to use it. Like the video said, they had a guy that he was the first, basically the first on scene, or they went into a building or something like that, and he was the first one to come in, and he died. So they want to try to use that as an excuse to bring out these super suits, to try to protect their soldiers or whatnot. But I know that they don't give a fuck about their people. It's like they said in The Punisher, I point and you shoot. That's how it is. They tell you to go here and you do the work. Whether you die or not, they really don't give a fuck. They just want the advantage. And right now it's about getting that advantage militarily and technologically, if that's a word.
Yeah. It's English.
Right. You have something you want to say?
No, it just shows. It really just shows how that's another way Esau's preparing to go to battle, man. While Jake is sitting around just playing around, you see the video. It's evident that Esau is ready, man. Esau is ready, and he's still getting ready. Meanwhile, our people aren't. They're not ready, man.
Okay.
That right now, every commercial you see is Christmas. And guess what Jake's preparing for? And not knowing that, look, North Korea is testing missiles right now.
Yeah.
They're testing the distance of the missiles right now. But that's off subject, kinda. But the basis is Esau is ready to go to war, man. And we should be ready to go to war too.
And that's a valid point that I wanted to bring up with this, because they're really bringing this out for us because they know the scriptures. Like I said, they say I point the gun and you shoot. The higher ups, they're pointing the gun at who? Really the elect. Because at the end of the day, they say, and you'll hear it in the next video, that they want to be like superheroes. Because who are the superheroes? The elect that's going to get the spiritual powers. So they got to be able to somehow combat the elect. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to the next video.
American soldiers are well trained and physically fit, but they're still vulnerable. The human machine gets tired, needs rest, and performs only within the limitations of flesh and bones. But Rex Jameson here is stepping inside a robotic exoskeleton that mirrors or mimics everything he wants to do. 200-pound pull-downs? No sweat.
We did this 500 times until we got bored, so I could basically do it, you know, ad nauseum.
And you're not even out of breath now.
No.
Not out of breath, not weary, no muscle pains or strains. If Rex needs to pull away from the exoskeleton to do something on his own, it just floats and waits for his return.
I can, you know, go ahead and do whatever I need to do, and
When you're ready to.
then when I'm ready, just grab it, and away we go.
It's taken Utah-based Sarcos 6 years to get to this point, but the technicians and engineers here who've pulled this off have been designing and polishing robots for decades. Each one of these ammo cans weighs 72 pounds. Imagine trying to lift 150 to 200 of these onto this pallet. Commanding his exoskeleton, Rex does it. In this round robin, lifting 35-pound canisters. Several of us moving as fast as we can't keep up. Look at Steve Emero's forehead. How worn out are you right now?
I don't feel like I could keep going, but I bet Rex can.
Lifting 200-pound weights, piece of cake. Walking upstairs, no problem. Running, walking on your heels, prancing and dancing, taking on a ramp, the list goes on. Meshed with exoskeleton, Rex punches this bag with just the right amount of strength. From enough grace to gently play ball, to enough superpower to load a missile on an airplane. Exoskeleton does it all.
He uses get-out-of-way control, which follows from his end effectors, the feet and the hands, and the machine will just follow where he goes.
During these experiments, the prototype is tethered. There's also a safety line as a precaution, but the end product will be 100% portable with its own backpack power. And the skeletons in various models will be covered, offering different levels of protection for the soldier inside. Circuitry boards for every part of the body. Flexible robotic joints that mimic every movement. Eventually, exoskeletons could even become autonomous, allowing the soldier to step out, then to go on and perform a task on its own.
If you step out of it, it becomes a humanoid robot. If you step into it, it becomes a teleoperated robot. It becomes a superhero, superhuman strength.
Okay, so we just watched that video, and it's a lot of stuff that came out. Now, that video is about 10 years old. I wanted to put that one first so that you see the level up in how the technology has come so far. Can you get knowledge should be increased? I believe it's in Daniels.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, in verse verse 4. I was trying to make sure I was getting everything. But Daniel chapter 12, verse 4 says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased."
That's right, man. Knowledge should be increased, meaning the technologies of the day are going to advance. Everything's going to be in an advanced state compared to back in the day. Why? Because we have the nuclear missiles, which our elders, they had the visions of them, but they couldn't explain them. They couldn't explain the things that they were saying, so they had to use terms of the day. But now, with the knowledge being increased, we understand those breakdowns. We understand what was going on in those visions. And with the knowledge being increased, we have the internet, we have the unicorn, which this video is going out on, to give edification. Everything is a level up. Okay, so we're seeing their level up, and Lord, whether we get our level up, we're just going to combat against their level up and overcome them.
This is this is Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 1. The point is in 3. It says, "The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas.
That's right, man. That's what the so-called white man does. He basically lords over everybody. Like he is the Most High. Like he's the biggest, baddest dude that ever was. Like if what we just say, I point, you shoot. He tells you what to do. He dictates what's going on in your life. He tell you, okay, you're gonna get paid on this card, but you gotta spend $3.50 to even get your money off of this card. You know, he's the one that's oppressing the earth. You can go ahead.
And just to add to that, I'm glad you said something about the card thing, because through the Spirit, I did a lesson today on the RFID chip. That's another way the so-called white man is going to make. He's going to further make niggas slaves, man. Because right now you're already mentally slaves, but it's going to be physical with that the mark of the beast. It's because when you go into that I said bar room, Nate got fucked up, boy. Woo. The Charagma, okay, that's a implantable device, okay. It's something that's going to be physical. It's a brand, just like when you brand cattle, okay. That's what Esau is going to do with the people with the RFID chip, you know. that's funny, man. The bar go, niggas are dead. Reading on, it says, "Yet thou art a man and not the Most High."
That's right, you a man. You ain't the Most High. You ain't the creator of all spirits. You ain't the former of all things. Okay? You a man and you gonna be brought to the ground like a man.
It says, "Though thou set thine heart as the heart of Yahweh, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from you."
That's right, man. But you are wiser than Daniel. You know what I'm saying? You are in the power seat to have the scientists and the explorers and everybody go out and do what they need to do to bring you back the information. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. You do have the ability to supersede everybody else's resources. But besides that, you a base man. You basically just using all those resources to gather intel on us. But we got the best intel that there is, because we get ours through the Spirit, through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's something that you can't do.
Well, they got it on the left side, you know. They got it on the left side. We got the righteous spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and Esau is the devil. Hey, and guess what? He inherited that from Satan, because Satan tempted Yahweh Shai. He knew the scriptures. You know, he was coming at him with scriptures. Hey, Satan inherited that. That's why they're able to turn everything upside down now, man. Everything's like Esau do some devilish stuff, and then you will come to find like, man, that's in the scriptures. Damn, you know, because Esau knows the scriptures. That's why it says thou art wiser than Daniel. He knows that we're the people of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's why he knows that he lost his birthright. You know. That's why Esau, that's his spirit warred against our spirit, man. It's just natural. It says we're going to war with Amalek from generation to generation. You know? So hey, it's all spiritual at the end of the day. Esau is on the left hand and we're on the right. You know? That's it to that precept, bro.
But yeah, man, like when you watch that video, a few things stick out to me personally. Like I said, what it is they're taking the physical. Because like they said in the video, the physical body can only go so far. You can only push a human so far without bringing in a outside element, which is that super suit, which what we seen, like I said, was 10 years old. So we're gonna check out the advancements in it, how far it's come since then, what they can do now, which is everything that they can do then plus more. You know, back then they were easily lifting 200 pounds, 500 times with no problem. You know, they probably run and not get tired. Everything that we're going to do, because the scriptures say that you should run and not be weary. The scriptures say that we should fly as eagles. We're going to have the spiritual power to be strong, to be fast, to fly, to make miracles. The scriptures say that we're going to do more miracles than Yahweh Shai did. Okay. So with them knowing that, they had to have some viable source to combat against that. because them in the flesh, they knew that they were going to just, it's an automatic L. Now you're just going to take a L looking a little bit flyer.
Yeah.
You know, did you have anything?
No, I was just thinking, you know, with the different type of technology, like they use to lift weights and do whatever they pretty much showing off with it. It reminds me, it was a vague part in Batman where you know, he went to the doctor. The doctor pretty much told him he was all fucked up. His, you know, all his limbs was fucked. His knees,
Yeah.
and then he had some type of device he put on his leg, and he was kicking through bricks.
You kick right through the bricks, yeah.
You know, and like it was nothing, man. And that's the same thing that Esau is doing. That's what these videos are they're explaining. Okay, Esau wants to be. That's why they made the movie Hancock, bro. You know, they know we are the people, the original people that are going to do these things. But that's all I want to say.
All right. So with that being said, we're going to go on to the next video.
Government contractor Lockheed Martin tests new AI exoskeleton for the military. So this is Lockheed Martin's Fortis knee stress reliever, and they've been trying to develop this since 2014, right? But now in 2017, it's going to get more advanced, and they're currently testing this at Fort AP Hill right now. So what is it going to do? It's going to reduce 9% of energy while soldiers are running, maneuvering, or even carrying injured comrades. You know, it has a hip sensor, right? You know, they connect this sensor, this belt, to the hip. And it's telling them the velocity and speed and movement of the soldier, so the AI pretty much knows where it's going, and also moves in conjunction with the soldier, developing the soldier into a pretty much sci-fi-like fantasy reality. And also, we're not the only military that's highly advanced, and as you've seen, Fedor Robot, a Russia release, you know, it's all advancing, and it's all getting to a new level that machines will fight a warfare, not only man. Who will be the person that has the element of surprise? Will it be Russia? Will it be North Korea? Will it be United States? Because remember when the British surprised the Germans during World War II with the aircraft radio wave detection. So we're stepping into this new world where we have new advanced technology and we have new advanced elite soldiers. But the big question, like I said, who will hold the element of surprise? And that person who holds the element of surprise usually becomes the victor. It's the third technology revolution. Let me put my fingers like this, because last time somebody was like, what's up with the Masonic symbols? I'm not throwing up Masonic symbols. Stephen Jackson, JWTV. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, click the bell. Share this video.
Okay, so we see in that video you had the Jake breaking it down. Basically, what's going on? America, they're stepping up, like I said, they're stepping up their technologies in the suits, and they showed a picture of the suit, just like the brother said from the Batman video. You know, Batman had that leg device that he put on, that he kicked through the brick wall. It looked exactly like that. Okay, and when you're reading that caption, it talks about the suit that comes around your waist, and it shows how fast you're going. It shows where you need to go, all the output that you're doing, you know, your metabolism and all that. So it basically allows you to use a minimum amount of effort to put a maximum amount of force. And they're going to use RFID technology to do that, because RFID is the main vessel, the main engine that they're using to do what? To show your vitals, to show where you are in the world. You know, there's so many different avenues that you can use RFID technology. All that is coming to head.
God.
And then there was something that you mentioned while we were watching the video, where about the radar. Okay.
Yeah.
So RFID is basically the new radar. They have when you go back in the day, radar was basically it was a screen, and on the screen you had a bleep. Okay, so that bleep, you can follow, you can track what's going on. But the technology has come so far with RFID. It's basically radar in 3D or in 1080p. You know what I mean? It's basically, it gives you a better sense of where it's at, so you can be more accurate with your weapons. You can be more efficient in where to put your troops, what supplies they may need, or if you want to garrison somebody off. You know, RFID, like the brother said, you know, in the video, this is the next level of warfare. Okay? So in this next level of warfare, you can't have some everyday nigga out there, you know, lollygagging. You gotta have a super soldier. And since we on that, can we get a chip?
Yep. This is the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, in the 16th verse. The 15th verse. It says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed."
Now that image of the beast ultimately is Babylon, which America, the democracy, everything that this place stands for, which includes the military. Okay, so everybody that's in the military, they're gonna have to come under this image of the beast. Okay, they're not gonna allow you, because they, for your sake, they always want to use that humanitarian effort. Well, because we don't want you to go off and get killed, you're gonna have to get this RFID chip so that you can get fitted into this super soldier suit, so that you don't just willy-nilly get killed.
And Jake love, I mean, not even just Jake, Americans love conveniency and the comfort of they like to feel safe. And Esau, that's what Esau does. The chip is convenient, you know. Well, to the ignorant people, it's convenient, man. That's a beautiful point, bro. It says and he calls it and the reason why I said Americans, because we really like to focus on Jake, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all we give a fuck about is Jake, really the elect of Jake. But that's everybody, man. Goddamn crackers, all these people that come over into these states, they like the convenience of the RFID chip, not necessarily RFID chip, but like cards and a certain type of security for your cards, protecting your accounts, and so on and so forth. You know, all the way up to their life. They like to feel protected. That's why they get so butthurt about the people with the national anthem, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's a microwave society. You know, they want everything at the push of a button and ready and done in 30 seconds. They don't want to do from scratch. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying, put all the ingredients together and put in that work to get a good product. They want the product already made with the easiest way that they can do it.
Okay. Reading on, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the foreheads.
Now, in this video, we're talking about, of course, the soldiers that are going to be doing it and the technology that they're going to be using, because that mark, which is correct, is a thing implanted, okay, and a cut in the flesh,
Okay.
which is, of course, going to be the RFID chip. But they're also going to use civilians. It'll be the same thing, because if you got to take the chip and it's martial law in the streets, okay, they're gonna know where you at.
Yeah.
You're on their radar now, okay? Which they already have, like night vision and can see through walls and things like that already. But that takes you to the next level, because if they chip a whole society, they know where everybody is. You're already on their radar. So if they go down that street, they know who you are, which house you are in, where you at in the house, who's all in the house with you. Okay? Their picture is a lot more clear. So if they need to do anything, they have the intel to do that.
It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Now that buying and selling, that's just one aspect of the chip, because you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. But you're also not going to be able to go to the hospital. You're not going to be able to clock in at your job. You're not going to be able to do anything. You probably won't be able to start your car without it. Get in your house without it, because they have smart locks now. Everything is so-called smart. You know, you got your smartphones, which I was talking to the brother the other day. Everything went from analog to digital after 9/11. You know, we used to have those Kyocera slide phones and everything, which were analog, but now everything is going to digital, and with digital, everything sends a frequency, which a frequency can be picked up. That's how you had people stealing messages back in like World War II, back in the old days, because you would use a walkie-talkie. I would be walkie-talkieing one of my sergeants or lieutenants or whoever, and somebody from the other side could pick that message up. Yeah. It's the same thing that we're doing today with Wi-Fi, with Bluetooth, with those like Alexa or whatever, you know, where you can say, Alexa, play the newest hip hop song from Cardi B, and then Cardi B starts playing. Voice recognition. Yeah, just like Siri. Hey Siri, Google how tall the Big Show is, you know, and then you get it just off of voice recognition.
Because guess what? When you set up Siri, and I noticed because I have an iPhone, you have to set it up. You have to go through 3 different steps of setting your voice up so the phone recognizes your voice. And if it hears any other voice say, "Hey Siri," your phone's not going to react to their voice. It's going to react to your voice. You know, that's just like, that's why they got they even got the finger thing on the phones, man, to take you for your fingerprint, you know, to lock your phone, to unlock your phone. And just like you said with clocking in at your job, the previous job that I had, you know, they went from pin codes to get into the building to bringing everybody over to the main office to get their finger scanned. So when you get ready to come to work, the only way you can get in is if you put your thumb and it recognizes you as an employee. Then the door open, it clicks and unlocks for you, man. So like the brother said, this thing is coming to a head, man. You know, and this prophecy in particular is moving quicker than we thought. But it's a beautiful thing. You know, we're not scared. We are praising Yahweh Shai, but it's moving fast, man. You know, and Esau is doing his thing. You know, the water for this man doing his thing, man. Cause we trying to get it popping, get out of here, man. You know. It's like no. It's more to this. It says, "Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 6." So I don't know how they got. No, I don't want to go that route. But I don't know how they got all these different embargo and all that nonsense out of this, man. It's obviously talking about. It says the image, and then it says there's the number of a man. What man? You know, like put that together, man. It's not hard. You know. That's it to that though, bro.
All right, so we gonna go on to the next video. All right, so what we just seen was the Russian model for the super soldier suit. So not only does America have this technology, but its enemies have this technology as well. And I'll let the brother elaborate on what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When you look at that, when you look at the suit, when you look at how they formed it, it's threatening. And plus knowing that the different properties that it has, you're really not gonna walk. You're not gonna walk up on no guy like that, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the only men that's gonna be able to tolerate those type of things are the men of the Lord, man. Especially not the regular Americans. Just look at the Russians without the suits. They're built for it tough, man. You look at the mannerisms, how they carry themselves. I seen a goddamn cracker over there. He had a whole fucking log on his back walking into an like an ice lake with just shorts on, man. Walking like it's everyday thing. Meanwhile, Americans over here fucking putting on weight, eating, like you said, there's a microwave nation. They just sitting around getting fat, being dumbified by the TV, believing everything. Like, them fucking Russians, they're built for it tough, man.
And that's actually through the spirit that you said that, because Yahweh Ratazah, the next lesson I want to do is about the difference between the other nations, how they live and how they train it, and how we do. So, like I said, Yahweh Ratazah, we get to that one sometime here in the near future. But like the brother said, man, once they exert that energy and they show you what that suit can do, word's gonna get around quick. Hey, look, you don't fuck with these niggas. If you got one of these niggas lined up on every end of your block in this martial law, ain't nobody trying to jump stupid. But if you watch,
because it's the land of the free. They used to it being the land of the free, man. But when shit starts shutting down, and like your brother said, you see them different soldiers in them suits. Everywhere you go, every block, every corner, you're gonna be spooked out like, what the fuck is going on? And some of these crackers, how they like to get all buck and rebel and shit. They gonna get fucked up too, man, because they believe that they got their rights. But when that martial law kicks in, all the Constitution is suspended, man. You have no rights.
And matter of fact, I just thought of something. We're gonna go in on that at the end of the video on the men of the Lord versus these super suits and these super soldiers. But with that being said, we're going to go on to the next video.
Camouflage can be the difference between a soldier getting shot and going home. So a lot's riding on the next generation designed to outfit troops. It's only been 8 years since the Army spent $5 billion on camo that critics say didn't fool anyone. Soldiers complained to the point the Army abandoned its one-size-fits-all universal pattern.
So they were looking for camouflage that they could use everywhere.
Correct. And it didn't work anywhere.
Guy Kramer is one of the designers competing to win the Army's next multi-million-dollar contract. This summer, he showed us the science behind every shape, size, and shade of these pixels.
You now have your camouflage. So we're trying to trick the brain into seeing things that aren't actually there.
Digital patterns recreate shapes already found in nature, and 3D layering creates depth and shadows where none exist. That's today's design, but developers already have one eye on tomorrow.
What's coming up down the road and very quickly is the Harry Potter cloak.
What is it?
With that fictional cloak, Harry isn't just camouflaged, he's invisible.
My body's gone.
How invisible are we talking here? If I walked into a room with a soldier wearing one of these cloaks?
You wouldn't see him at all. He would be completely invisible to you.
This isn't make-believe. The military has seen the so-called quantum stealth technology. It works by bending the light around an object, even concealing most of a person's shadow. Imagine what that could do for a sniper hiding in a field, or the American pilots who ejected over Libya when their fighter jets crashed last year.
They could actually pull out, very similar to what they carry with a survival blanket, throw it over top of them, and unless you walked right into them, you wouldn't know that they were there.
So what was once firmly in the world of make-believe could quickly become quite real. The science is in the special fabric, so you don't need a power source or some instruction manual to make it work. Theoretically, any soldier, even in the most remote location, could quickly put it on and get it working.
Okay, so like I've been saying, man, everything is a level up, man. Everything is moving forward progressively, and technology is increasing. You know, they got the cloak of invisibility. That's another aspect that they're dealing with, man. Like I said, for their peace and for their safety, they want their soldiers to be safe. Okay, they want to maximize um, the safety output of their soldiers. So they're giving them the ability to not be seen, to not be detected. Like you seen with the tank, man, you couldn't see that guy.
Yeah.
You didn't know what the hell was going on.
By the time he got up on you, it's too late.
You know, they had the picture of the chick that had the she had it basically up like this, and all you seen was her top half of her torso. You didn't see nothing else. That was that cloak. Okay? So they could sneak around, they could be in your house and you don't even know. You know? A literal fly on the wall. They could what's the word I want to say? Infiltrate their enemies, okay, and get intel and be wearing a wire and get that information going back to the sergeants.
Hey, that's another that it just hit me, man. That's another way they're trying to be like the Lord too, man, because they're angels. You know, they're in a different dimension. We have angels that protect us more on the highways and the byways. We can't see them, but they're there. You know, there could be angels just sitting around in your crib. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because Most High's not going to reveal them unto you. That's exactly what that cloak is, man. You can't see them, but you know they're there. Or you don't know they're there. You can't see them, but they're there. You know. That's another. Oh man. And that video was heavy, man. That video was heavy, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, man, this thing is coming to that head, man. Everything is moving fast. You see where we were 10 years ago. You see where we are today. Okay, and like we said, they're gonna use these things to fight against the men of the Lord. Okay, to come up against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But we got one final clip that I'm gonna show, you know, and that's gonna basically explain what's gonna be the outcome of that.
Huh? Say what? Yeah, 7th Avenue is just up ahead. It intersects this road 100 meters from here. Battle stations!
Right. The subject has been spotted. What? Attack the kid? But sir, he's just a boy. We can't attack him.
Look, there he is! Impossible! Is this for real?
Firing preparations are complete.
Damn it! Fire! What?
Is it Akira?
Look, it's Lord Akira!
The Great Awakening!
Don't be fooled! This isn't the Rapture! He's a false Messiah!
Shut up!
Long live Akira!
Fire!
What the?
What's wrong?
Yeah, man, that was beautiful right there. Okay, that's what we talking about, man. As you see, he shot his missile at him. Oh, hold on, let's start it over. The setting is martial law because you had all the people back there. You had the barricade set up. You had the military right there. Okay, so that's automatically a martial law setting. And then you see the helicopter come across and then crash. Akira did that. Okay? Then he fires his missile at him. It blows up in front of him. Doesn't even hurt him. He goes to shoot again. He couldn't do it. And you tell me that's not spiritual power? That's the power that we're going to have in those days, man. Lord willing. That's what we dealing with. So you can have your little invisibility cloaks, your superhuman strength, okay? You can have all the technology, all the knowledge of this world, okay? The Bible, you know what I want? Yeah, okay? So that's nothing compared to what Yahweh Shem Yahshai got in store for you. That's child's play. That's the best visual I can give you, and that's from 1988, proving that they know what's going to go down. And you know, the guy jumped on top of the car saying, "Oh, this isn't the rapture, he's a false god." You know, and he pushed him down. Also, you had somebody doing the work in that video too. I suggest all you brothers watch that movie. It's a heavy movie. It's called Akira, Akira. It's from 1988. It came out in Japan. Anybody that's into anime, you know, you probably should be familiar with it. But it's a real good movie, man. And it depicts what's gonna happen in those days. Okay, so make sure you use your spiritual eye when you watch it.
This is Isaiah 54 and verse 17. Let me see. I might be able to read up a little bit more. Let me just make sure. And it's about the missiles. I'm just start from 17. It says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue." Hey, that's exactly what you said and what that video showed. You know, they had a tank. You know, that's the heaviest mobile ground unit that you can destroy things with, and it didn't do shit to him, man. It couldn't do shit. And he's by himself, standing 10 toes down, and he has spiritual power, man. And that's like your brother said, man. That's for us, man. That is the elect, the Israelites, man. That's us. You know, that's why we made the statement earlier that Esau's gonna do all this shit. But we're gonna be the only people that are gonna be able to stomach this thing, stomach the shit that he's doing, man. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. It says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, said the Lord Yahweh." So yeah, that's it to that.
Yeah, man. There's nothing that you can do that's gonna be able to take down, you know what I'm saying, the saints of the Most High. That's a real good. That's not the one that I wanted.
Oh, I might know the other one, bro. It's the same book.
I'm not sure. I don't even remember which one it was. If you got something, go ahead and bring it out. And it's not the one that I wanted. You know, I'll put it in the.
One other one I was gonna bring out was the enemy should come in as a flood. You know.
No, that's not it either. But bring that out too. And the one that I can't remember, I'll put it in post production.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah as well. It says Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against them.
That's right, man. That's a prime example of that standard being lifted. Okay, when your back's against the wall, when there's no other option or angle, when it says you versus the enemy, and you are that man of the Lord, you've been ordained by the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, to do these things, that's when it's going to take hold. Okay? And like I said before, we're going to do miracles. We're going to do great things, greater than what Yahweh Shai did while he was down here. You know, I hope you brothers were edified, with the video. And with that being said, we want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, their honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and the women and children who follow. Shalom.
Shalom. What scripture that is?